Backyard bird feeding to keep the varieties happy. Different feeds and different feeders for different kind of birds. On that one feeder right there, I have a sock. That yellow thing is called a sock, and it's filled with thistle seed, and that's for like the finches and the goldfinches. And right next to it, I have a tube feeder filled with safflower seed, and that's for sparrows and whoever else wants it. Cardinals. It's basically a good cardinal feeder, and grackles and starlings don't like it, so I don't get much pressure from them on that feeder. On that little inverted house there's a cubus suet in there, and again, grackles and starlings don't normally go under there. They don't like this the fly underneath the feeder and feed, so it's more for the smaller birds. And next to that is a roller feeder, and that's filled with black oil sunflower seeds, and that would attract all kinds of birds. So that kind of feeder is the type of feeder that if a big bird goes on it, it closes it, rolls upside down so that they can't get at the seeds, so they don't even bother. But the little birds could get at it, and it lasts a lot longer that way. And below the safflower seed is a tray feeder, because the birds tend to drop the safflower to the ground, and to avoid the mess, it drops into the tray, and then the mourning doves could get something to eat. And I planted a golden honeysuckle bush to attract the hummingbirds, and I have a hummingbird feeder right next to that. It's hard to attract hummingbirds without flowers, so there's a lot of flowers growing in this backyard. I have a couple hummingbird feeders right off the patio too. And over here I have a couple different feeders. That one on the right is a convertible feeder. Right now I have it filled with dried mealworms. That usually attracts bluebirds, but I won't see very many of those around here. And it could convert to just about any kind of seed, whatever I want, but I'd like it for the birds that want a little bit of protein nutrient, and it's good for them. And again, if I left it so it wasn't caged, I'd have all the grackles and starlings emptying in that feeder in a matter of minutes. Next to that, for the grackles and starlings, is a peanut feeder just filled with peanuts. They really like peanuts, and because they can't get into the other feeders very well, they don't pressure the other feeders and scare the other birds off, so they spend all their time trying to get at the peanuts, and they leave the other birds alone. I have a grape jelly feeder towards the very top, mounted on the pole, and that usually will get orioles and some nuthatches and stuff. They like grape jelly. Some finches like it, but it seems like this year I'm getting the crows and the starlings and grackles going after the grape jelly, which is fine. And over on this tree I have another sock feeder, and also a feeder that is big bird proof too, because if they land on it and try to get seed, it just closes all the ports and they can't get at it. So that's filled with a no mess patio blend. It's just cracked seed that won't germinate, and a lot of birds love it, but since I have it set in that feeder for a lightweight bird only, I don't have any pressure from all the other ones. As soon as 2 or 3 birds land on it, it closes. And that's my backyard bird feeding. But like I said, it takes a lot of thought to put a bird feeder program together in your backyard. And I only feed them once a week, on Sundays, so they could empty my feeders throughout the week. And on Sundays I come in and I clean them and I fill them up again.